Hi friends, welcome to Beautifully Bookish Bethany. Today's video is a challenge vlog where I am letting a spinner wheel pick what I read. I am very behind on reading for review. I have almost 40 advanced reader copies across various formats that I need to read this fall. So because I'm having a hard time picking where to start on my own, I'm just going to put it all in a spinner wheel and let the spinner wheel pick for me. So if you want to follow along and see what I read for the next few days and which arcs I get through, keep watching. All right, let's pick the first arc that I'm going to be reading. Yay! Okay, A Mouthful of Dust by Niveau. That's super exciting. I have a physical copy of it. I'm going to spin one more time and see if I get something in a different format. So let's try this. Lady Dragon by A.M. Strickland. Okay, perfect. This is an ebook. So I've got books in a couple different formats to get started on. Yay! Okay, I'm very excited about this. I just got this book in the mail from Tor, A Mouthful of Dust by Niveau. She is one of my favorite authors, and I love this series. It's a novella, so this will go really fast. I should be able to get through it pretty quickly. I'm also really pleased with this outcome. Lady Dragon by A.M. Strickland is a sapphic YA romantasy. I like this author's writing. I've been wanting to read this, so it's a great reason to get going on it. Was I kind of hoping to get another novella just because I can get through them faster? Yeah, maybe, but that's okay. So we're going to dive into Mouthful of Dust and Lady Dragon, and I will check back in once I've made some progress. And you know what? While we're at it, I will take you along with me for some things that I'm doing. Tonight, I was invited to a party with Leo and Lavender PR. They're book PR firms, and they're doing a fall event with influencers and authors where we can meet some authors, see some of the books that they're promoting for the fall, and see which of them we might be interested in reading. So I'll throw in some footage from that as well. Okay, we are gonna try and get a new audiobook because I am almost done with the one I'm on. So I'm gonna spin until I get one of these that I have on audio. Let's see how long it takes. And we have, oh, I do not have that one on audio. Let's try that again. Give me an audiobook, come on. I wish it would let me do multiple wheels because then I could just have them on a separate thing, but alas. Nope, don't have that one either. Try again. Yes! Okay, cool. House of Dusk. I have this one on audio. Perfect. That's going to be my audiobook. Hey y'all, it's been a couple of days. I wanted to do an update. I have finished reading A Mouthful of Dust by Niveau. No shocker, it's fantastic. What I think is interesting about these little novellas is they're all set in the same world with Cleric Chi as the main character, but each story is sort of a different genre or type of story. And this one has a haunting, a vengeful ghost, we'll say. And it was great. I loved it, thoroughly enjoyed reading it. Her writing is always so good. And the cat is important to the story. This was great. And I have been making progress on the other things. So this is the one, I think I put a clip in where I decided to pick something that I had on audio. So House of Dusk I have on audio, so I'm listening to it. Honestly, it's a little slow to get going. There's some interesting things happening, but it's taking a lot of time for very much to happen. It's got like a fire-wielding nun with a past that she has feelings about, and she's investigating these mysterious deaths that she thinks a demon might be involved in. And then there's a young woman who is undercover as a maid to a princess, but she's supposed to be an enemy. I know that from the back copy. I'm pretty well into this, and I don't think that's been made super clear in the book yet. So liking it all right. We'll see where that goes. And then I'm like 15% of the way into Lady Dragon, which so far is a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying it. This one follows a princess and a dragon heir who can take the shape of a woman sometimes. and they need to sort of create a bond between the two of them in order to continue the peace between their people. But I think the princess's older brother wants to plan a coup, is the vibe I'm getting. And the dynamic between them is really funny because the princess is like really soft and sweet, you know, scared of making people uncomfortable, but has some iron underneath her that maybe will get pulled out. And the dragon does not understand humans at all. So really fun, really entertaining. I think the fact that I'm doing 3 fantasy books all at once is kind of a lot. I would hope to maybe be able to start something that is a different genre as I'm continuing with these books. So I'm going to spin the wheel again to see if I can get another physical book to start, because I like to have books in multiple formats all at once that I'm doing. And I will check back in. Let's see how this goes. And try to get myself a physical book that I can read. Here we go. Come on, spinner wheel. What do we got? Okay, Girls Who Play Dead by Joelle Wellington. I do in fact have this one physically, so I will take it. Amazing. Thank you, Picker Wheel. This is actually perfect because it is not a fantasy book, so it gives me a different genre. This is horror, thriller, mystery, and I do have a physical copy. So we really lucked out with that first spin. I will dive into this and I will check back in once I've made some more progress on the books. Come with me to Brooklyn Book Festival. This is one of my favorite events every year in New York. It's free and they get incredible authors. This year I was able to meet S.A. Cosby. I was able to see Stephen Graham Jones. I won a book. I met Nnedi Okorafor. Y'all, it was a great time. So fun.
And but also, like with the haunted house, really with any monster, any supernatural thing going on, you can't just do anything. It's not that you're a fantasy writer and you have to have every little part of the system figured out, but you can't just drop random things in and say, oh, that too. You've got to keep it to where it feels like this haunting makes sense, even if it's never explained. Because really, explanations in horror don't make things better. I think they make it contained. If you leave a little bit unexplained, then the reader can go away thinking, maybe this applies to me, maybe this is in my world. And that's what you want. You want yourself to laid out and make people sleep.
After this, that evening, I went to a US movie premiere for a short indie film that was fantasy-based and self-funded by fans, and it was a really good time. I need another audiobook. I haven't had time to do a clip yet to talk about House of Dusk, which I just finished, but I'm heading out and I need a new one, so let's try to get another audio. The Salvage! I do not have that one on audio. Let's try again. Fate Spain, I want to read this one, but I don't have it on audio. Come on, give me an audiobook. Give me an audiobook, please. There's so many books to read, y'all. So many. Okay, I also don't have this on audio. I have a physical copy of Why I Love Horror. We're not doing well. Let's keep going. Nope. Nope. Don't have that on audio. It doesn't like me this time, y'all. I just keep getting everything I don't have on audio. Come on. No! My God. Okay. Nope. 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 Oh, so close to. We were right next to one I did have on audio. It's gonna happen. Yes! Yes! Finally. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Tenderly I Am Devoured. I have this one on audio. This will be my next audiobook. Wonderful. Hey y'all, so quick update. Like I mentioned, I did finish reading House of Dusk by Deva Fagan. This is being called a sapphic fantasy, kind of, I guess. One of the 2 perspective characters is sapphic. I don't feel like it's necessarily a primary focus of the story, which is fine. I feel like it's a pretty good fantasy novel. It's got some twists. It's got perhaps like reincarnated gods and 2 characters whose experiences end up intersecting by the end of the book. I do feel like it's definitely lengthy. Maybe could have been a shorter book, but your mileage on this is gonna vary. I think some people have been really loving it a lot. I like the concept of it, And I do think where it ends is kind of interesting, but setting us up for another book. I don't know that I have anything super groundbreaking to say about it, but I read it. It was pretty good fantasy. I'm making my way through Lady Dragon. I think I have like 40 something percent left in the book, and I'm enjoying it. So hopefully I'll be back soon to talk about that. And then I am also getting through my next audiobook pretty quickly. So you can probably expect to see me talk about that as well. It has been super busy. I've had so many events going on, which is why you'll probably see bits and pieces of that in this video. I'll include some clips of various things that I've gone to. I don't know. It's been a really busy start to the year. I've got a lot of things going on. I've got some things I can't really talk about yet. So, y'all, I have so many things to edit right now. That's really what I'm thinking is I'm like, oh my God, I have so much to do in terms of editing. So much footage of various things that I need to edit. Short videos, long videos. And then I have my freelance work that I'm doing, so it's been busy. But I am trying to get reading done because I want to get some things off my TBR, which is the goal of this video. How are we doing? Not great. How many books have I finished? 2. I am reading, but it's going slower than I might prefer. It is what it is. Okay, I will be back with more when I have it. We need 2 books. I need one on audio and one ebook. So let's see what we're gonna get. Okay, Girl Dinner by Olivia Blake. I have this one on audio. Love it. Okay, now for an ebook. Let's see what we got. Okay, perfect. All That We See Are Seen by Ken Liu. Amazing. I have this as an ebook. Let's go. Hey y'all, I finished a couple more books that I want to talk about, and I'm sick. I have a cold, and I need to post a video because it's been like a week and a half because things have just been, there's been a lot going on. So I need to finish this video, even though I'm still in progress on things, but like it's kind of a never-ending cycle. So what we're going to do is I'm going to wrap up the books that I have finished since I last filmed a clip, and I will tell you how things are going so far with the other 2 books that I am currently reading but have not yet finished. If you all like this type of thing, let me know and I could do more of it because I have so many books to get through. It's been about a week since I started this video, and you know, not bad. I think I hoped I would get through more books, but it's been really busy. As you saw, I've had events and lots of things going on, so I haven't finished as many as I might have hoped. How many books have I finished? I don't remember. I want to say 5, maybe. I just went and looked, and it is indeed 5 books that I have finished reading during the last week. I am struggling right now, y'all. Like, did I need a cold right now? No. Ugh. Oh well. Okay, so did I talk about Lady Dragon already? I don't know. I can't remember. Like, I can't remember what I've talked about in these video clips and what I haven't talked about. This is part of my problem. Did I talk about Lady Dragon? Maybe. If I did, then I'll take this next part out. But if not, Lady Dragon was great by Am Strickland. I really liked it. This, I don't think I have. I feel like I haven't talked about it. So this is a sapphic dragon shifter political romantasy, and it's a whole lot of fun. So we have a lady dragon who is super grumpy, and she is on a diplomatic mission to treat with this very sweet seeming princess, and she has a magical stone that can make her take human form temporarily, but they both get caught in the crosshairs of some political machinations and plots and various things. And also there's a romance, and it's great. It was a lot of fun. I feel like if you've been looking for like sapphic dragon shifter romantasy and you're down with like some upper YA, I feel like this is a great pick. So definitely, that was good. I loved that. That was an ebook that I read. Then I read Tenderly I Am Devoured by Lyndall Clipstone, which I had on audio. This was interesting. So I've read from Lyndall Clipstone before, and I feel like what she does really well is these like super melodramatic, gothic, romantasy vibes, or like dark romance with fantasy elements, stuff like that, right? This one has like a touch of Hades and Persephone vibe to it, and the part that's like a little weird about it is it has like a a not quite but almost incestuous polyamorous love triangle was a little weird. Would I have liked the polyamorous love interests to not be siblings? Yeah, that'd be great. So our main character is a girl who has to be betrothed to her god to save her family's salt mines, and something goes wrong during the ritual, and now the god is like haunting her and she's got to figure out what's going on. But also she's reconnecting with her childhood best friend and crush, as well as his sister, who is super hot. So she has romantic interest in a brother and a sister who are fine with that. And no, all three of them are not all together at once, but still, it does have some like light incest vibes to it. So a little weird. Your mileage may vary. I feel like this is going to be a hard no for some people, and other people might be like, it's fine. They're not together actually, so like whatever. Read at your own caution. It does deliver the gothic melodrama in spades. It's a little bit slower pace to get into, I feel like, but I liked it reasonably well once we got to the end. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. The last book that I finished that I haven't talked about is another audiobook. This is Girl Dinner by Olivia Blake. Y'all, I freaking loved this book. So good. Now, I'm generally a fan of Olivia's writing, but this is among my favorites, and it's going to be on my favorites of the year list. It was great. It is social satire / horror that is about modern womanhood, and I'm going to be thinking about it for a long time. I really liked it a lot. It is very much my thing. I was talking to somebody recently who Olivia Blake's books are not really her vibe, and she was like, yeah, they're really high concept, like they're thought experiments, and like that doesn't really work for me. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting, because I love thought experiment books, so I feel maybe that's part of it. Also, I think this book just really resonated with me. You'll see why. So we're following two character perspectives. One of them is a young woman. She's a sophomore in college, and she is trying to join a sorority known as The House, which is a very elite sorority that maybe has some weird rituals and stuff. And she kind of has the hots for one of her professors. She also really has the hots for one of her sisters in the house, because she does in fact join, and things get kind of interesting. Meanwhile, our other character is a woman who is an adjunct professor coming back to work after having been at home with her daughter for 18 months. Her husband is a tenure track professor, and she kind of put her career to the side in lieu of his while taking care of their daughter. And she's dealing with misogyny in her department, complicated feelings about herself as a woman, about motherhood, about what it means to be a feminist, and, you know, her like kind of checked out husband, right? And, you know, it was interesting because as somebody who is also a parent and an academic spouse, right? My spouse is also an academic. I really related to, not everything obviously, but like elements of this story. I thought it was done really well, the way that it explores early motherhood and the expectations placed on women, and also the expectations placed on young women and how hard that is. And it also gets into things like the trad wife movement we're seeing on social media, and what does that mean for womanhood? Where does that come from? It's great. I loved it. I was talking to my husband about it the other night because it was just like really in my brain a lot. So yeah, satire and horror. I was a huge fan of this. Very, very glad I read it. So I finished 5 books. I am in the middle of 2 others that I'm not going to finish before I post this video, so I'm just going to tell you my initial thoughts. So, Girls Who Play Dead by Joelle Wellington. I'm not very far into this. I'm like 26 pages in. So far, it's great. I'm intrigued. We've got a girl whose best friend died under mysterious circumstances. The girl's family owns the funeral parlor, so she is the one to do the makeup for her friend's funeral, which is weird. And then the girl who died, her family owns this beauty empire, but I think there's going to be like some weird stuff going on with it. So far, I'm liking it. I like the writing. I love Joelle Wellington. I'm intrigued, excited to keep going. And then I'm about 8% of the way into the Ken Liu book, All That We See or Seem. So far, it's also really interesting. It's a little bit on the longer side, I feel, for a thriller, but he tends to write kind of longer books, so it's fine. This seems to be like a sci-fi thriller, so we're following a young woman. It's set in the future, and she's trying to stay off the grid because I don't know why people are after her. Maybe for some reason something's going on. She seems to be about to get caught up in the disappearance of this missing woman that she doesn't want to be caught up in, and she has, you know, AI computer hacking type technological abilities. The writing is really engaging. So far so good. Not super far in yet, but I am liking it. So I feel like this was a success. 5 books in a week off of my TBR is not bad. Was I hoping for more? Yes, but I feel like this is just the life I'm in right now. And then I got sick, so there you go. Hopefully this was interesting and not too chaotic. I don't know exactly what all footage I have or what all is going into this video, but it was fun, and it was a nice way to get things off of my TBR that I needed to get to. There are many more, so I'll figure out what I'm doing with that. Talk to me in the comments down below. Let me know any of your thoughts. Drop a makeup related emoji in the comments down below, since this has to do with like weird makeup stuff. I think there's going to be something creepy going on with the makeup company, and those are the vibes I'm getting so far, so drop that if you reach this point in the video. Or for your question of the day, let me know if any of these appeal to you. Were any of these books interesting? Were there things that piqued your interest, things that you're like, maybe that's not so much for me? I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. If you like this video, it always helps if you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.